Okay, it's Matt with Mystical Mountains, and I'm going to show you how to check the magnetic declination of your map. Now, if you're just interested in true north, then it is what it is. You do what you want. But when it comes to navigation, you need to be able to rely on your map and know that it has the correct information. If you look on your map, you'll have the declination chart. Okay, this map is a custom made map, but it was custom made in, let's see here, 1998, 1999. So I'm going to check the declination. And you can do this with any map, and this is how you do it. This is a map of my area. It's a 1 to 10,000 map of my surrounding area. So what I'm going to focus on is right here is my house. Right here is a known location of a church. From this church, I can get a straight line of sight to my house. Okay, and this church is approximately 200 to 300 meters away from my house. Of course, the distance, as long as you have a straight line of sight to whatever it is you're going to, whether it's a hilltop, a known location, a tree, whatever, the greater the distance, the better, but this does work. And I have my protractor here with a piece of number 12 bank line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the position on the map that I'm going to go to. In this case, it is the back parking lot of this church, and I'm going to put a little mark on it. I already did this, so it's all good. I'm going to take my protractor and I'm going to line it with north with the grid lines over that mark. Now I'm going to pull the string to my house and I'm going to read the bearing. Okay, say for example the bearing on this is, we'll say 264. I'm going to go to that location. I'm going to go to the back of that church parking lot. I'm going to set my compass declination to 0, so it's facing what we like to call true north. And then I'm going to take another bearing. And in that instance, say my bearing is 276. Okay? So I have the bearing from that location to my house. And it's different. Okay, so I'm going to take those two numbers, the 276 and the 264, and I'm going to subtract. And that's going to be a difference of 12 degrees. So the declination on this says 6 degrees. So that means that the declination, the magnetic declination, has moved 6 degrees since this map was printed. And I'm going to write that onto the map. You can do this with any map to find the declination of the map, no matter what age. Maps, city maps is one thing because cities rarely change. But when you're talking about a difference of 6 degrees, if you're doing that over distance, that could be a significant distance away from where you're intending to go. So, always check your maps. I went to a couple of websites that supposedly do declination, and they were telling me that the declination for my area was 6.3727. So there's a range there. And most of the time you can split the difference, say 6.5. But when it comes to navigation, you don't want to do that. You want to have the most accurate information you can to get to where you're going. So check it once a year because it takes about that time for the magnetic North Pole to move. And once you do that, you can't just add one. You have to go somewhere that's a distance, say a minimum amount of 300 meters, and test. The further you can go and get that line of sight, the better. You want to be away from metal objects, away from your car, away from metal water bottles, pocket knives, anything. And just go to a safe location, shoot your azimuth or your bearing, do the math, and you're golden. So I hope this helps you. And just a quick little video. I love you. Be kind to each other and get outside.